Hello friends, welcome to EduTap. RBI has recently come out with a reply to an RTI query in which they have given detailed marks, literally detailed marks of the selected candidates. They have mentioned the marks of each of the selected candidates in terms of what are the marks obtained by candidates in ESI objective, ESI descriptive, FM objective, FM descriptive, descriptive English and interview. So that's a glut of an information. I think if we try to analyze it professionally, then we can have a lot of insights. तो इस वीडियो में मैं कुछ insights share करूंगा आपके साथ उसी RTI reply से that might be useful for your upcoming exam. So the first thing I want to share with you is that how much is the competition for every mark. That is how many students are there at every mark. This is the highest marks obtained by a candidate, right? 289.75. Lowest marks is 205.25. Between 289 and 280, there are 5 candidates. 279 and 270, there are 25 candidates. So for every 1 mark, you can say there are 2.5 candidates. Between 269 and 260, there are 41 candidates. For every 1 mark, there are around 4 candidates. Between 259 and 250, there are 65 candidates. That is, for every 1 mark, there are around 6 to 7 candidates. This is the range of peak competition. After that, the number of candidates at every mark decreases. The reason being that here, the cutoff for general is there within this range. Right. So after this range gets finished, the competition decreases for the people who are fighting for the seats in the reserved category. So if you are the one who are under, say, general category and you don't feel you belong to here, you find it that it will be tough for you to be in the top 60-70 and you belong to here, right? Here there is a lot of competition. Every single mark will count when you are sitting in for this exam. Remember that. Next, I want to analyze the marks of toppers. So I have taken the marks of 2 kinds of topper. एक जो कि overall topper है, इनके marks 289.75 हैं. The second one is the topper of the written exam. So if we exclude the interview marks, the guy or the girl who is the topper has scored 221.25 marks. अगर आप इन दोनों के मार्क्स एनालाइज करें तो एक इंपॉर्टेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन जो निकल कर आती है कि दोनों ही कंसिस्टेंट हैं सारे एरियाज में, दो दे हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू बैग हाईएस्ट मार्क्स इन एनी ऑफ द कंपोनेंट्स. ईएसआई ऑब्जेक्टिव दोनों ने 33.5 और 35.25 स्कोर किया है रिस्पेक्टिवली, वेयर एज द हाईएस्ट मार्क्स इज 41. ESI descriptive both has scored 32 and 36 respectively, whereas the highest marks is 41. Descriptive English 72 scored by both of them. Highest marks is 79. FM objective 44.25 and 41 by both of them respectively, whereas the highest marks is 48.75. And this is something really worth mentioning. The person who has got 48.75 marks, it means he or she has got just one question wrong. Wow, that's a performance. Then for FM descriptive, 37 marks by both these candidates, whereas the highest is 43. So in any of these components, you can see that this person is rank 1, this person is rank 2, but rank 1 and rank 2 have not been able to bag highest marks in any of the components. In fact, they are far away from the highest marks. So what I want to say is that you need to be consistent if you want to be in top 15, 20, 10, 25, whatever your target is, right? But here, another important observation is that yes, consistency will matter if you want to be in the top 10, 20, 30, whatever your target is. But for many of the other candidates, what I have seen is that they have played upon their strengths. What do I mean by this? Here I mean to say that these candidates have really performed good in the areas which were their strength, whereas their performance had just been okayish, or they have just been able to cover their weaknesses with respect to their weak areas. I'll try to explain this with data which will make you understand this. In ESI objective, the person who has scored the highest marks, that is 41, right? His overall rank is 242. So scoring 41 in ESI objective, where the scope is like anything, I mean, that's a performance in itself. But then also you are not able to get a rank in top 50 or 100. Your overall rank is 242. ESI descriptive, The person who has got highest marks, right, that is 41, has got 253 rank. He has just been able to push his way through because the seats were 257 or 257 people have got selected. FM descriptive, the person who has got 43 marks, that is the highest marks, his rank is 247. Again, this person has just been able to push through his candidature. So all these people have been able to play at their strengths. They have been able to perform really good in these areas, whereas their performance was just okayish in other areas. Relatively, I would say, right? So just imagine कि आपकी क्लास में 40 बच्चे हैं जिसका रैंक 35 है, उसके एक सब्जेक्ट में हाईएस्ट मार्क्स हैं. ये हमारी क्लास में पॉसिबल नहीं होता था, है ना. यहां पे क्या ये पॉसिबल है? बिल्कुल है, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट अ क्लास. दीज आर anyways, everyone is a topper. When I compare the first 257 candidates, everyone is a topper in itself, right? तो इस पे पॉसिबल है, ठीक है, क्योंकि ये सभी बहुत इंटेलिजेंट लोग हैं जिन्होंने आरबीआई ग्रेड भी क्रैक किया है. बट यस, एज आई टोल्ड यू, पीपल हैव प्लेड अपॉन देयर स्ट्रेंथ्स कि ठीक है, मेरा एफएम डिस्क्रिप्टिव में मैंने 43 मार्क्स लाए, बाकी एरियाज में मेरा कम भी आएगा, चलेगा, बट आई विल मैनेज. ठीक है. And overall also, right, I mean, these are the worst examples I have given you where people have just got ranked below 240, but they have got highest marks in any of these components. But in other components also, in descriptive English, 79, overall rank is 180. It's not even in top 100. Interview, 73, the highest marks is 73, the rank is still 133. Right. तो इससे ज्यादा कुछ डिड्यूस नहीं कर सकते. बस यही मैं बोलूंगा कि अगर आपकी कोई स्ट्रेंथ है तो उसको स्ट्रेंथ ऐसी बना लो कि आपकी वो वीकनेस को भी कवर कर दे. लोएस्ट मार्क्स की बात की जाए तो ईएसआई में 12.5 है. नाउ यू माइट बी थिंकिंग अगेन कि यार 50 में से 12 नंबर ये तो मैं भी ला सकता हूं, मेरा भी हो सकता है. बट देन अगेन आई वांट टू टेल यू दैट दिस गाय हु हैज गॉट 12.5 हियर, राइट, द लोएस्ट मार्क्स इन ईएसआई, हैज मेड इट थ्रू नॉट बिकॉज these marks were sufficient, these marks were not sufficient, these are very bad marks, but this person has got good marks in other areas. ठीक है, उसकी भरपाई उन्होंने कहीं और कर दी है. ठीक है, तो ये सारे लोग इंटरव्यू में 11 नंबर भी आए जिसके, दैट पर्सन इज स्टिल एबल टू मेक इट थ्रू जस्ट बिकॉज ही वुड हैव परफॉर्म वेरी गुड इन फेज 2. तो प्ले ऑन योर स्ट्रेंथ्स, वीकनेसेस सबकी हैं, उनको कवर करना चाहिए हमें, लेकिन घबराना नहीं चाहिए. अगर हम जिस एरिया में अच्छे हैं उसमें और अच्छा करेंगे और वीकनेसेस को थोड़ा सा कवर करेंगे, देन वी कैन ऑल्सो मेक इट थ्रू. नेक्स्ट, अगर हम ओवरऑल मार्क्स की बात करें, इफ वी ट्राई टू एनालाइज द ओवरऑल मार्क्स इन ईएसआई, दैट इज ऑब्जेक्टिव प्लस डिस्क्रिप्टिव, द हाईएस्ट इज 75.5, द लोएस्ट इज 36.25, एवरेज इज 60. In ESI, there is a lot of deviation. Yes, average is 60, but then you will find a lot of people who are in, say, range of 40 to 45. You will find a lot of people who are, say, in range of 65 to 70. So deviation around the mean is huge when it comes to ESI. In FM, highest is 87.5, lowest is 46.25, the average is 72. If you try to compare the average of ESI and FM, here itself you will get an idea that FM is scoring. And this has not been the trend of just this year, this has been the trend for last 4-5 years. The reason being, I think the scope of FM is kind of limited. Whereas in ESI, the scope is very vast. They can ask you anything from any scheme, they can ask you anything from any report. Whereas in FM, if you do the static portion and even if you just cover up the RBI notifications and some important developments in finance, I think you can get some very good marks. Right. तो FM से घबराना नहीं है. I see a lot of candidates who come to us. I'm not from finance background. I'm not from commerce background. मुझे FM से बहुत डर लगता है. बस मेरा FM हो जाए, ESI तो मैं संभाल लूंगा. But the point is, FM is doable. Provided you spend time, you will be able to do it. But the real area of concern for you should be ESI. If you can work here, if you can make it your strength, right, then you have good chances of clearing this exam, because this is the area where you can get an edge. And in ESI, when I specifically talk about ESI, it is current affairs, your reports, your schemes, your normal current affairs, and not the ESI static. Descriptive English, 79 is the highest, 49 is the lowest, average is 67, but the important observation in descriptive English is that the deviation around the mean is very less. That is, most of the people have got marks between 62 and 72. So you will find very less people who are between say 42, 45 to 55. You will find very less people. So in English, you will feel, I mean, if you try to plot it on a line graph, you will feel that almost everyone has got the same kind of marks. The deviation around the mean is very very less in descriptive English. So descriptive English के मार्क्स देख के तो ऐसे ही लगता है कि सबको ऑलमोस्ट सेम ही मार्क्स दे दिए गए हैं, राइट? है फर्क. पीपल हैव, एज आई सेड, पीपल हैव इवन गॉट 49 हियर, राइट? सो उन्होंने कुछ गंदा लिखा होगा, बट ओवरऑल इट सीम्स दैट एवरीबॉडी हैज गॉट ऑलमोस्ट द सेम मार्क्स इन descriptive English. Yeah, one very important point that I want to make here is that there are a lot of candidates, around 20 to 25% candidates are such for whom there is a difference of 40% marks in their descriptive and objective. I'll explain. See, अगर किसी के suppose objective में 35 आते हैं, ठीक है, तो you expect यार कि descriptive में also that guy will score somewhere around say 32, 37, right? 28, इतना तो वो descriptive में score कर ही लेगा अगर उसके objective में ऐसे आते हैं. But then there have been a difference of more than 40%. So people say here 25 हैं, descriptive में उनके 22, 13 marks difference, which is more than 40% of 22. So this has happened. So ideally what I feel is that there should not be much difference between your objective marks and subjective marks. If subjective marks is if subjective marking is not very strict, there should not be that much difference. पर वो difference आया है, ठीक है? ऑब्जेक्टिव में किसी के 35 हैं तो डिस्क्रिप्टिव में 22 भी हैं. सो दिस कैन हैपन. दैट पर्सन इज वेरी गुड, इज हैविंग वेरी गुड कंसेप्ट्स, बट ही इज नॉट बीन एबल टू राइट वेल, ही इज नॉट बीन एबल टू बी एक्सप्रेसिव. दैट कैन बी द रीजन. उल्टा भी हुआ है, ठीक है, कि यहां पे तो हम ऑब्जेक्टिव में बात कर रहे थे, ऑब्जेक्टिव में 35 है, डिस्क्रिप्टिव में 22 है, ठीक है. तो उल्टा भी हुआ है कि ऑब्जेक्टिव में 22 है, डिस्क्रिप्टिव में 35 है. दिस हैज ऑल्सो हैपेंड. सो अगेन देयर आर सम काइंड ऑफ पीपल हु माइट नॉट हैव वेरी गुड कंसेप्चुअल नॉलेज, ठीक है, उनको बहुत ज्यादा फैक्ट्स वगैरह याद नहीं है. इन ऑब्जेक्टिव दे आर नॉट एबल टू परफॉर्म वेल, बट देन दे आर रियली गुड इन डिस्क्रिप्टिव. दे आर वेरी एक्सप्रेसिव, दे राइट इन अ वेरी स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे, दे डू नॉट डू एनी ग्रामेटिकल और स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक्स. दैट्स व्हाई दे आर एबल टू स्कोर देन वेल इन डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट. सो ये डिफरेंस आइडियली होना नहीं चाहिए, पर ये देखने को मिला है बहुत सारे कैंडिडेट्स के मार्क्स में, ठीक है. तो इससे इन्फर तो यही किया जा सकता है अगेन कि इफ समथिंग इज नॉट योर स्ट्रेंथ, आपकी डिस्क्रिप्टिव स्ट्रेंथ नहीं है, ठीक है, आप उस पर काम कीजिए, लेकिन फिर ऑब्जेक्टिव को इतना स्ट्रांग बना लीजिए कि आप उसमें अगर 40 मार्क्स ले लें तो डिस्क्रिप्टिव में शायद 25-26 लेकर भी चला जा सकता है. नाउ इफ आई टॉक अबाउट अनदर एस्पेक्ट, द phase 2 cutoff was 187.75 for general. Overall it was 252.25. The difference of marks here was around 65, right? Now generally what I tell to people is that if you are scoring just this 187.75, you almost have very nil chance of getting selected because you will find it very hard to score 65. तो ऐसा ही कुछ हुआ है. अगर किसी के phase 2 में among the selected candidates below 90, the candidates who have below 90 in phase 2, that is who have just cleared the phase 2 cutoff, right, only 2 candidates have cleared the overall cutoff. I'm talking about general here, right? There might be many people from reserve categories who have scored below 190 but they have still made it through, but there the cutoffs were low. I'm talking about in general category, only 2 people who have scored below 190, they have been able to make it through the final list. तो आपको सिर्फ कट ऑफ टारगेट नहीं करनी है, आपको ज्यादा मार्क्स करने हैं, बट स्टिल वन थिंग विच आई रियली फाइंड shocking is that there are still lot of people between 190 and 200. So there are 30 plus candidates who have scored between 190 and 100 in the journal category, sorry, 190 and 200 in the journal category. So again, to these people it might look difficult, right? If you are getting 192, it might feel difficult to get 252.25 overall, because then you will need to get 60 marks in an interview. But then there are a lot of people, as I said, who are between 190 and 200, but they have been able to score really good marks in an interview. So what I feel is that in an interview, if they find the candidate good, right, impressive, they have given that candidate good marks, so as to give that candidate maximum chance to clear, to make it through the final list, even if he or she has got bad marks in phase 2, right? तो ये भी एक एनालिसिस था, आई वांटेड टू शेयर विद यू गाइज. सो दैट्स इट. आई होप इससे हर प्रकार के लोगों को अलग अलग की लर्निंग हुई होगी, ठीक है. वन हु हैज गॉट वेरी बैड डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग स्किल, दे वुड हैव गॉट मोटिवेटेड कि हमें ऑब्जेक्टिव में अच्छा करना है. अगर किसी की डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग अच्छी है, दे हैव ऑल्सो गॉट द फीलिंग कि ठीक है, ऑब्जेक्टिव में वी विल मैनेज 25, 26, वी कैन do good in descriptive. So finally I think with the exam pattern changing, everybody is getting a fair chance, ठीक है. जितने ज़्यादा components बढ़ रहे हैं अभी, उतना ही diversity of candidates भी बढ़ेगी RBI में. I think that is their agenda also. So thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.